Hi everybody, it's Brent, and we're going to go through the settings of Simplified 3D to get it connected up to your Monoprice Select Mini. So here we go. Okay, first thing we're going to do, load up the program, click on Edit Process, and you want to do some basic changes here. You want to make sure your extrusion multiplier is 1, um, zero point 0.4 for your nozzle, and the retraction is checked. And you want to go with 2.5 and 1800 for the speed. Now the layer settings, we want to go with 2.0 for good resolution. I pretty much run that all the time with this particular printer. Unless I want a really quick print, then I'll go to 3.3, and there we go. Solid layers, 3, 3, and 2. For the bed adhesion, you want to go 100% on the layer height. If you have problems with it sticking to your bed, you can lower that down to anywhere from like 60 to say 80%. And you want to add bump up the extrusion a little bit. 120 seems to work the best for me, and the first layer speed you want to look nice and slow and get that sticking good. 30% is really slow, but I haven't had any parts coming off the bed when I print it with these settings. Um, and I use the build tack material on the print bed. But if you use glue or hairspray or painter's tape, um, this will work just as well for those as for you. Additions for the skirt and brim. This will just kind of prime the nozzle a little bit. Get a good flow going. If you do need it to help it stick, you can add more of the skirts, and I wouldn't go any higher than 1 or 2 layer heights, otherwise it's going to be a pain in the ass to pull it off the part. Um, but if you just want that priming of it, set the distance 2 millimeters apart or so from the part, and that'll work out for you. Infill, nothing fancy here. I usually go 20% up to 30, depending on what I'm printing. Support, again, nothing fancy here. Some basic stuff whenever I need support. Temperature, bed's at 60 all the time. I primarily just use PLA with this printer. The extruder temperature, anywhere from 200, 205, 210 sometimes, depending on the filament that I'm using. But majority it's 205. Cooling, nothing happening here. Let's change from the defaults. The G code, this is where you set the build plate. So you do 120, 120, 120. And then check the X or the Y axis. I'm going to skip over the scripts for now. We'll come back to that in a minute. But the speeds 2400, 3600 for the X and Y, and the Z nice and slow 1000. And then the advanced, I don't think I changed anything here from the defaults, but there we go. Anyways, back to the scripts. I'm going to go back here. This is the start script that I use. This is a great one to use to get that first little bit of filament out of there, clean it out, and so you get a nice, good, clean start on that print. Then the end script, a little bit of stuff going on here. After the print's done, basically we're going to lift the nozzle up a little bit, and we're going to start moving it out of the way so we home the X-axis and push that Y plate, the Y-axis out, so it's out in front, ready to get pulled off. That's it in a nutshell. I know I kind of ripped through it pretty quickly, but these settings here work great with this printer, and I hope this works out for you and helps you, because I wish this would have came out for me when I first got this instead of trial and error, but there you go. Oh, once y'all make all these settings, you want to click either Save New or update your existing one. So there you go. Have fun, folks, and hope you like it. Let me know.